Saturday, we'll be having our first season of the Voice Out Challenge for the kids and teens. So, we'll be starting with Cedros High School, and very glad to introduce to you the representatives of Cedros High School. Starting with the first representative.
My name is Sani Raliat. Now I'm going to be the first speaker.
My name is Jacob Natanya. I'm the second speaker.
My name is Adeyin Kadetoke. I'm the third speaker.
My name is Yukume Horace and I'm the last speaker.
So the topic we'll be listening to today is violence at home. That is to say, domestic violence. So we'll be starting with our honorable first speaker to give us a little knowledge on what she has on that topic. Thank you.
I'm going to be talking on violence at home and how it's affecting the teenagers. Violence can be the act using extreme force to create fear in someone's mind or to threaten someone. Violence at home is affecting us in many ways, and it's not only physically, it can be verbally, it can be emotionally. Violence at home can make our parents aggressive as us teenagers, and sometimes most of our parents are foul for divorce because of the violence at home, which affects us, and sometimes we have depression and anxiety and we have anger issues. Like for example, Mr. and Mrs. Bola having a fight and their children witnessing this. This can create depression in their mind. This can make them have anxiety. They will be definitely scared that their parents are fighting at home. And we teenagers, we are at the stage of rapid emotional development. So it's easy for us to acquire like bad mental health. Over to you.
This stage of violence can affect us physically, emotionally, mentally, and socially. For example, children experience from violence that easily get influenced and become themselves in much less category of violence. The easiest way to solve this violence at home is for the parents to focus more on their children rather than the finances.
Violence can not only affect a person socially and physically, it can also affect a person emotionally and mentally, because the child can go to the extent of committing suicide due to violence, thinking they're the cause of all the violence at home.
Yeah, I would like to shed more light on violence. Now, what is violence? Violence, according to the World Health Organization, is defined as intentional use of physical force, threats, or actions against oneself, another person, or a group of people or community that either results in or has a high likelihood of resulting in injury, death, or psychological harm.
Wow.
There are various types of violence, and they include domestic violence, emotional violence, social violence, spiritual violence, psychological violence, etc. So our focus today is going to be based on domestic violence. Now, what is domestic violence? Domestic violence is the behavior or pattern that is used to gain control or power over an intimate partner. Now, I'm going to look at what causes quarrels between husband and wife. Quarrels happen between couples as a result of money, lack of communication, children, that is, when a parent prefers one child to the other, or in cases where there are no children at all, intimacy, jealousy, time, etc. Now, I'm talking about the effects or consequences of these quarrels on we children, youth, and teenagers. Fights between couples experienced by we teenagers is a traumatic event. In fact, experts have found out that most people experiencing domestic violence has the same effect as actually witnessing it. Domestic violence is not a one-time event such as car accident or death of a loved one. Because domestic violence is reoccurring, those witnessing it are exposed to chronic traumatic events. Those witnessing domestic violence are at the risk of aggression, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, academic failure, drug abuse, truancy and delinquency, etc. Solution to this problem, in which 20% to 30% of Nigeria are facing are: 1. People with this problem should visit a counselor for advice. 2. Parents of we teenagers should let us know that they are there for us. 3. They should focus more on we teenagers than their materialistic activities. And if such children exist in school, they should visit their principals, go administrator, or their teacher for advice. Thank you.
Asking our question. I'll be asking Ms. Toke, how do you think domestic violence affects children mentally, like you said earlier. Please, can you emphasize more on that?
In my own way, domestic violence can cause a child mental problem because a child might be watching the parents while they fight, and then they might start to develop mental problems due to their brain cells.
Okay. And when a child starts developing this mental problem, who do you think the child can like go to?
The child can go to a well-trusted person to ask more what to do about the parents' fight.
So in a situation whereby the child refuses to speak out, what do you think you can do in that situation?
You can ask the child more questions, try to ask the child, and if there's any behavior to notice, call the child back for counseling.
Thank you. That's very nice. Okay, over to you, Miss Valiant. We're talking about violence at home. How do you think it affects pupils academically?
It affects people academically because they'll be thinking more of the fight at home. They won't put their mind in their academics. They can, like when they have, like she said, when they have mental health, it will affect them in every way, in their relationship with friends. And also affect them when they won't be able to write their text and exam more.
Okay, so do you think the children that faces the domestic violence, do you think they need counseling?
Yes, I think they need counseling because they need to be told that they need to voice out to their parents that violence at home is not good. It's not good for the health, it's not good for the parents, it's not good for the children.
So in a situation whereby the child is already violent, what do you think we can do in that situation?
Well, you can bring the child and counsel the child, tell the child the effect, and can also tell the child that there are ways to help him or her so that it will not affect him in the society.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, thank you. We've come to the end of the second part. It's time for our break. Thank you. Welcome back. Now, over to you, Mr. Curry. Can you please add more light to what you said earlier, and please focus more on the effects. I want to know how violence at home is actually affecting teenagers in their homes, especially teenagers that end up finding solace in their peer group pressure. You know, now most of them cannot confide in their parents based on whatever is happening at home. So they go over to their friends and try to like share their problems with the friends. So I need you to explain more how you think all these situations that goes on at home can actually affect teenagers. Thank you.
Yeah, as I said, this fight between couples experienced by teenagers is a chronic traumatic event. Such events include aggression.
Okay.
When couples are involved in physical fights, like we teenagers tend to follow in the footsteps of our parents.
Sure.
So in that case, when they see their parents fighting, they tend to exhibit the same attitude, and they carry it over later in the future when they are in their own home.
Even
Then,
their siblings.
Yeah. Then talk about depression.
Okay.
Like this fight between couples makes us teenagers to go into depression. In most cases, some even tend to commit suicide. Then academic failure. We teenagers tend to lose concentration on our academics based on the fight that is going on at home. Then when teachers are teaching, instead of us listening, we're going thinking about the fight that is at home. What is happening between mommy and daddy? Then we have low self-esteem. We begin to feel like we're inferior to others. As they start getting inferiority complex. Then drug abuse, where there are no any solutions, they tend to confide in drugs. They begin to take drugs. Yeah. Then yeah, that's all.
Okay, that's a nice word. So our second speaker, Mr. Nathaniel. So this so-called domestic violence, do you think is an excuse for teenagers to keep smoking, having bad friends? Do you think it's right for the teenagers to do that as a result of their domestic violence that they face at home?
No, I don't think it's right.
So what do you think we can do to save the forthcoming generations?
I think that parents should focus more on their children, more than their finances and materialistic stuff. They should focus more on their children so that when their children grow up as teenagers, they won't turn out to have the spirit of this domestic violence.
Okay. But now you're advising parents to focus more on their children and not materialistic stuff. But if they don't provide for the children, don't you think? I don't think it's going to be fine, because parents need to still work hard to meet up with their children's needs. So how do you advise them to schedule themselves? Like,
They should encourage their children that even though that they don't have enough money to take their time, they should still not involve themselves in violence.
wow.
They should still encourage them and tell them to never give up. They should focus on their academics and never back down.
Wow, that's nice. Okay. Okay, now we come to the concluding part of our talk show, Violence at Home. Expecting more contribution from the board.
A person between 13 to 18 of age. A teenager is in a stage where his mind, psychology, and morality are being formed, which means you can pick up anything they see, hear, or perceive. It also means that they can be easily influenced. Now, how does violence affect teenagers at home? First of all, research has shown that most abusive men, violent people, garbage boys, agbero, etc., came from a violent family. Which also caused them to influence their other family members and friends in order to be abusive, and bad. Second, an abusive home creates bullies inside the society,
Yes.
create dogs inside society,
Yeah.
and other sorts of crime. An abusive home leads people into criminal activities and also into drugs in order to make them feel better, but instead it is causing more problem for them and their organs. Now, what are the prevention of violence at home? First, parents should advise their children not to join bad gang or do any bad thing. Second, parents should not argue at the front of their children
Yes.
or at the front of their family members so that the children cannot be influenced at home. Parents should make a balance between being strict and flexible in order to curb peer pressure. Thank you.
That was awesome. So any other contribution from our audience? Okay, so we've come to the end of Cedros High School talk show, Violence at Home. Thank you very much, Cedros Academy.